Did you get their starters already?
No.
You want them right here?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, our earlier
Pronunciation.
Yeah, I know that's the thing.
Racing. 5, 7, 11, 13, 15.
Yeah.
18, 20, 20, 23.
Look at ours. Honestly, I think they're going to have a hard time scoring because they're going to get one look. That's it. You know, one look every time.
Hey, you know what we can do with that shot? Because I was just thinking, see if we can get the gate, and we'll use that shot when the kids walk in. They do
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they do a nice job coming down and in.
Yep.
Right there. Oh yeah, that's a good looking shot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Caleb, I took your advice, and what I did is I put a leveling.
Yeah?
just
Did
on
that
the
work?
arrow, on the thing, and I left it down, leveled it, and then when I put it up, it was.
Excellent.
It was
Does
a
it
lot better.
does it need to be adjusted at all? Because
I
I can jump over there and do it if the horizon's even a
I-
couple degrees off.
I'll let you look at it, but want to come out and go across the field, Chris, all the way like we had it
Give a nice
before?
wide angle.
See it level. And come up to the, go straight out. That's come to the right a bit until you're dead straight on. Keep coming. Okay. All right, right there. Close. Back a bit this way, Chris. A little more. Good. Okay. Now go up just a bit so I can push the trees on level. But
Very weak, and I feel like they're going to start.
okay. All right. Now go up. Wide out. I'm sorry. Wide out.
I don't know what the heck went wrong.
All right. Hold that shot right there,
I
Chris.
didn't even know enough.
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Nobody listens to techno. Everyone listens to techno now.
EDM is huge.
Are you a techno guy?
Huh?
You a techno guy?
I'm not so much, but I know like
Really good. So like we've been going hard. Like
some of the people they bring in, like at Dartmouth, for example, for their big weekends.
Yeah.
A lot of EDM.
she'll
Interesting.
elevate, she'll roll, she'll hike, she'll warm up. So she does
So Aubrey is not starting. I think she would be.
now what should I have her? Should I have her come see you guys, get an appointment at the clinic, or should I have her come down tonight to you during the game, or?
Okay, you hear me okay, Maya?
Yep.
We're just going to ask you about the rival game here today. Okay. You'll hear me start talking like an announcer, so you'll know we're on.
Okay. I didn't know if you were.
Well, it's rival day here at Central Maine Community College. Everybody, I'm Rob Munzing here for the pregame interview. Maya Royce, one of the captains, stepping in with us. You've played a tough schedule so far, Maya, now in YSCC play against your rivalry. So this is a big day for the Mustang program.
It is a big day. We're very excited. We had some rough games so far this season, but we're ready now. We're figured things out, and we're excited for this game.
Well, you should be excited here as you take on your rival. And, of course, Coach has prepped you for this with that tough preseason as you move into YSCC play. How do you think that's going to benefit you, the tough games that you're playing against really tough quality opponents?
Yes, we've been playing some really tough opponents. Hassan, MMA, they've all been getting us ready for this. So I think that even though it hasn't given us the best outcomes of those games, I think it really will prepare us well for today.
And how has the team psyche been handling this, knowing that they were playing those tough games, other games coming up, probably going to be a lot more competitive. Has everybody's spirit stayed strong?
Yes, of course. We're obviously going to be a little bit nervous, but everyone's excited. We have good spirits. We have good energy. The warm-ups were looking really great, so I'm excited to see how it's going to be.
Well, we want to let you get back to the team as we'll be starting here shortly. Maya, continued success here in CM Soccer for you. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Rob Kennedy will join me after this.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Yeah. And that's me. I'll turn that up a little bit. Back here with you in Auburn, a gorgeous day for soccer here on Wednesday afternoon, the Central Maine Community College Mustangs taking on their Pine Tree State rivals, the Seawolves from Southern Maine Community College, making the trip up from South Portland. I'm Rob Kennedy. Rob Munzing handling our production today. Chris Needaway will be doing our camera, and Caleb Lamb, who's about to introduce the starters, he'll be joining me on a headset once again once this game goes on. The Mustangs 0-4-1, and like Maya Royce just said, it's been a struggle for this team, but they have made some strides overall. The results haven't been there, but there has been some progress. And when you lose a couple of players like this Mustangs team did, Lakin Hink and Natalie Tracy, it has left a scoring void the Mustangs are still looking to fill. They're coming off a 6-0 loss to Hassan in Bangor on Saturday, but Coach Rodriguez says the team's made strides and they have improved from game to game. Non-conference schedules also allowed him to move players around and test the versatility of his new team members, and that's something he knows will pay dividends as we head down the stretch into conference play. This game is not a conference matchup, though they are both in the Yankee Conference. The conference game will be played in South Portland, the rematch later on this year. But Coach Rodriguez still sees any game against a conference opponent, whether it counts in the standings or not, to be a must-win game, and the Mustangs will be treating that as such. Seawolves are 2-1-1 on the season, coming off a 7-2 win over UMaine Augusta last Friday. 4 different goal scorers, putting the Seawolves on top in a 14-minute span in the first half, and they tacked on 3 more in the second half. Ellie Schlichting, the first year from Gray New Gloucester, scored a couple times, added an assist, and Annabelle Fournier scored and chipped in a pair of assists as well. Grayson Soldati, who gets the start today between the sticks. She and Aubrey Gilbert combined for 6 saves on the afternoon. Teams meeting again. Central Maine won both meetings last year and got a measure of revenge for the Seawolves, knocking the Mustangs out of the 2022 Yankee Conference Tournament. This will be a huge game, as it always is throughout the records. Just watch these two teams battle each other. It's going to be a fun one here in Auburn this afternoon. We won't be able to pick up Caleb with the house mic, especially as the wind's blowing a little bit today, so I will announce the players when he does, and you'll see them step forward out there, right there in the center circle. Grayson Soldati starting, Leah Hill. Annabelle Fournier stepping out. She'll start today for the Seawolves. Jordan Hulsey is the captain, one of the two anyway. She starts. Ellie Schlichting, who got those 2 goals against UMA, will get the start today. Samantha Duffy, number 13. The junior Tiana Salazar, number 15. Isabella Tanis, the sophomore, to goal against UMA. She's starting. Second captain in uniform, Jordan Condon starts. Jocelyn Civiello had a goal and assist last game against UMA. She'll start. And Amaya Bradley will start as well, the rookie from MCI. So the Mustang starters look like this. The All-American goalkeeper Emma Knowles with a start today. Katie Bluen, one of the captains. Maya Soroyce getting the start today, number 2. Another team captain, number 4, Madison Turcott. Mainstay on defense, the junior Emily Dillman, number 5. Destiny Moores will start today, the rookie from Hamden, Maine, with a couple of goals already this season. Lily Caban gets the start today, the rookie from Maranacook High School. Audrey Dillman, third team captain, junior from Wales, Maine, starting. Bianca Gilmore will get the start, number 11. And Heather Nelson, another MCI former player, starting today as well. And Olivia Varney, also from MCI, the rookie, will start today. So we'll take a pause and get the national anthem here in Auburn before we get the game kicked off between the Central Maine Mustangs and the Southern Maine Seawolves. National anthem here in Auburn, 82 degrees and just a hint of a breeze. So weather will not be a factor. The artificial pitch here always in such an outstanding shape. It is again here today. Should be a great contest between the Mustangs looking for their first win on the season and the Seawolves. 2 more non-conference games for the Mustangs. Today is non-conference, as I mentioned before the anthem. And then on Friday, the Mustangs will head up on the road to take on Fort Kent. They'll open their YSCC conference schedule in earnest on Sunday when Paul Smiths, one of the favorites in the conference, will be here. First half of a doubleheader with the women and the men both playing on Sunday afternoon. Southern Maine will open up their conference schedule on Friday. Albany College of Pharmacy and Applied Medicine will be in town, then Word of Life and Paul Smiths. So 3 straight conference games after this little tune-up with a conference opponent that does not count in the overall conference standings, but will certainly count in the overall records for both of these teams. Teams are out ready to take the pitch and get underway. Men's team will battle tomorrow night. Southern Maine will make the trip up there. Tomorrow afternoon, really, a 4 o'clock start for that contest as well. So 2 straight afternoons with the arch rivals in town, Central Maine and Southern Maine. They have played quite a bit. That's a massive contest between these teams here in the past. Today, just the opener as far as the conference opponent schedule is concerned. But again, not a conference game. Won't count in the YSCC standings, just the overall standings. Seawolves taking the pitch right now. They're wearing the navy blue uniforms, and they'll attack from right to left in the first half. The Mustangs wearing the home whites, as usual, and they will attack from left to right. Destiny Moores deferring to Emily Dillman. Dillman will kick things off, and the Mustangs will start off in possession. Caleb Lamb is joining me now. Welcome to the broadcast after getting the official duties with the clock, the announcements, and pretty much everything else as far as the pregame is concerned, getting things ready to go here on site.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some, maybe not conference official game soccer, but a matchup between 2 conference opponents, and hoping that we'll see good things after so many weeks of the women for CMCC being on the road. Nice to have them finally back in Auburn in front of the home crowd.
Jordan Halsey working past Dillman.
Something over the top. Well done. Run through it, Hose.
That's deflected. Madison Turcott is there.
Good, Halsey. Match that, Halsey. Stretch us that way to open something up for Bella.
The first throw-in of the afternoon. Gianna Salazar, the junior.
Player then. Good. Right across.
Halsey. Jordan Halsey with
Yes.
like a 30th game today as she fired that across the 18. And taken by the Mustangs, and out comes Central Maine.
We're all alone here.
They try to play that ahead toward Emily Dillman. Flag stayed down, she's onside. Dillman, the edge of the area. Here she comes with a long shot right at Soldati. No problem for the junior keeper.
Good start, especially for a Mustangs team that the question mark has been all year. Where will the offense come from? And a good sign of intent that you're able to carve out a through pass behind the back line within the first minute and a half.
You can see Rob Rodriguez again is trying new things. Emily Dillman the last couple of years played significant minutes, but always on defense. Now she's up in the attacking role. She scored just 1 goal in her career, but again, she's been playing the back 3 or back 4 most of the time.
Yeah, that's been one of the things that's been sort of the new world order for this CMCC women's team, is a lot of tinkering, trying to find the right combinations. They've done things like trying Destiny Moores, I think, has played as a right back, a right midfielder, and as a striker, where she's set up today. Just trying to find what's going to be the combination that has the right chemistry.
That's the one thing about Moores coming in from Hamlet Academy is she was a KVAC All-Star, played in the State All-Star Classic, and she was very versatile for Hamlet Academy and the Broncos. There's a long ball ahead toward Tanis. Tanis rolls that toward goal. And there's Emma Knowles to scoop it up and play it quickly ahead toward Turcott. Katie Bluen. Stopped there by Halsey. Bluen couldn't quite keep that in. Yeah, she was ruled that it did stand, but it didn't matter as Salazar intercepted. The Seawolves have the throw. Halsey. Couple of Mustangs there as Turcott's over. Can work that into the area. Heather Nelson, the defender, lets it go as Knowles called her off. Knowles led the nation in saves last year. 9-3-1 with 3 shutouts. She actually scored against SMCC a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she certainly is a very versatile player.
Ellie Neer was playing goal that night as tried to feather that through. Olivia Varney toward Emily Dillman. Varney still with it. Varney trying to escape from Tiana Salazar. Bluen. Katie Bluen toward the goal again right at Soldati. And she'll have no problem with those.
Finishing the thought there on Knowles, talking with Rod Rodriguez this year, he says may not be the only time we'll see her at forward from her past days. There may be some games this season as he tries to mix in Emma Koch as well as Ava Simpson, two very good goalkeepers in their own right. And why keep a player that talented on the bench when you can just have her swing up and potentially play some striker for you every now and again?
And if goals are at a premium and Knowles can score them, that's the change he'll likely make. Jordan Civiello played out wide immediately. Nice block by Bianca Gilmore, the former Ellsworth Eagle. Annabelle Fournier. Fournier's got goals in 3 out of the 4 games the Seawolves have played. 5 goals and 3 assists in her career. This is her 20th game. Amaya Braley stepping up defensively for the Seawolves. That's volleyed away by Samantha Duffy. Stays in play. Schlichting's over there. She was shielded off the ball. Gilmore's ball intercepted. Here's Fournier again. Fournier switching to the left foot. Tried to go across and switch the field. It was knocked down. Salazar. Deflected out wide, Jordan Halsey. She's being watched by Turcotte. Halsey again off the 1-2 with the flags up. She's offside. The Mustangs will get the free kick.
Good work there to hold the line and not stretch out too far there for Maddie Turcotte. You obviously want to get back to the player, but it takes a brave and experienced defensive unit to be able to try to play for the offside, and Maddie did a fantastic job of working along with our other 2 backs. Although I suppose it's helpful, Rob, when you got 2 of your 3 captains as 2 of your 3 starting defenders.
And they played so many games together, too. The communication will certainly be there. Nice play to pop that up high. That was the defender, Amaya Braley. A lot of former MCI Huskies in this game. Braley went to MCI. We already mentioned Heather Nelson, Olivia Varney, both for the Mustangs. That's out into touch. It's a throw for the Mustangs. Grayson Soldati, the junior, starting her 30th game, actually playing in her 30th game, her 28th start, 5th start this season, as the keeper for the Seawolves. 7-6-4 record with 6 clean sheets in her career. A junior from Portland, Maine. Salazar played as part of that outstanding Winter Eagles program. So I palmed that away. My keeper roots.
Good quick reflexes there, Mr. Rob Kennedy. That was outstanding.
Came right over
Round
the
of applause
camera.
from Mr. Munzing.
Man, give Cody Cleveland a run for his money. Probably not, now that I think about it. Emily Dillman. That's a nice through ball. But the flag is up, and it'll be offside, and that will slow Moores down. She thought she had timed her run perfectly, but was just offside.
That's going to be those track and field routes from her. Very talented hurdler. And expect to see her out in the spring on the track and field squad as well. And certainly has the speed and the kind of quick explosive start that if you do not have her well marked, she can get in behind you in a flash.
Some of that number 7 that allows the Mustangs players to do that. Natalie Tracy last year was certainly very good at that. Moores already has her first couple of goals, scored a brace, her first 2 goals last Saturday. And that 2-2 tie against NVU Johnson.
Was that only last Saturday?
Last
Boy,
Friday.
Does that feel like
almost 2 weeks
a
ago.
month ago at this point with all the different games that have been going on here for all these Mustangs programs?
Well, that's been all that much work for me. I'm only here for soccer, but Rob Munzing has been all over the place here, and that will continue all week long as we have ice hockey opening up, volleyball is playing, and, of course, baseball and softball.
We were even considering trying to make Rob go over and cover the cross-country meet that's happening just across the bridge in Bates. CMC is running in that. Why not? And then there's a golf tournament going on. Rob, you want to go over to Fairlawn? Help out?
And Rob Munzing on the scooter. He can follow some of the runners with a camera and keep track.
there's a way to make it happen, Rob will come up with it.
That's played outside to Civiello. Jocelyn Civiello. Dillman muscled her off the ball, but not legally. It's a free kick for the Seawolves.
Yeah, that's one of those too much force penalties where maybe it's shoulder to shoulder, but when you knock somebody clean over like that right in front of the referee's view, 9 times out of 10, the whistle's going to the lips.
So taking the free kick, Leah Hill, the sophomore. Got her second goal of the season last time out against UMA. Just to pick somebody out inside the area and set something up off the training ground in a set piece. The referee moving Madison Turcotte back. Actually scratched that. That is Maya Soroyce. Into the area, and out pops Knowles to claim it in the air. And Knowles is a Venus flytrap. Anything near her, she's going to snatch it and not give it up or let it go. Condon. Worked out wide. That was Jordan Halsey. It was intercepted. Madison Turcotte trying to play that long. And now it's a foot race. And it might be one that Moores can win. Moores. Oh, good defense at the last from Maya Braley, who really saved the opportunity and allowed Soldati to come out and play it.
Braley, great job there. Just enough contact shoulder to shoulder to unbalance her. But in a situation where you cannot get that wrong, or else you're probably giving away a penalty kick and going in the book.
Potentially going off. If you're the last defender, that can send you to the showers. Leah Hill played toward the touchline. Stayed in over there, and Hill plays it down the touchline. Couldn't hold it in play that time, but it does send the Mustangs back a bit for the throw-in. Olivia Varney. Deflected back toward the center strike. A lot of spin on that ball. Gilmore hoofs it away. Mustangs resetting here. Moores trying to walk through defenders, almost got by Salazar. But she made the stop. Turcotte, ooh, that stung. That drilled Isabel Tanis. And they'll have to stop the game for that. And she pops up. That is a tough, tough sophomore out there. The former Brewer Witch.
Yeah, that was head contact, though, so as a referee, you have to check on that and make sure that they're A-okay.
Gold star for Tanis, too, by basically shrugging that off like nothing ever happened. She's tough.
So it will be a drop ball to restart.
Drop ball that's played intercepted. Kicked right forward again by Samantha Duffy, the sophomore defender. Katie Bluen was too close to the touchline to keep that ball in. It was tossed in her direction in the air. Tanis trying to pop that over the top. Heather Nelson played that off a Seawolf player, so it's going to be Mustangs throw.
It's good communication from Nelson there, calling Turcotte off, knowing that she'd be on her right foot and able to get a little bit better touch on that one. And that's what it's going to take, that type of communication, especially with not a whole bunch of games played here yet and so many different combinations. Was talking earlier here, Rob, for Emma Knowles in net, she's only played the full 91 times so far this season, going into these types of games where very soon it's going to matter a whole lot more. Tune-up period is over. This is about getting results now.
You got to look at the non-conference schedule, almost as a prolonged preseason. They do count in the standings, they count in the record, but really what Rob Rodriguez wants to do is to win his conference. It somewhat starts here today. Non-conference game, but certainly be huge for confidence when that conference play does start up in earnest on Sunday. Played through Emily Dillman, and the flag is up. Couple of close calls back there defensively, and the Mustangs have trapped the Seawolves offside once as well.
That one had to be the slimmest of margins, very, very close, but found a little pocket of space. And a nice job to sneak up forward there by Leah Hill just to make sure she did not leave a gap of daylight even across the field.
Katie Bluen played that into space, really the only move she could make. Dillman, good speed. Duffy in hot pursuit. And Dillman shielding her off. Rolled into the area, and Soldati, so alert, comes and grabs it.
Brave goalkeeping that too, knowing she was going to get some contact, but did not hesitate to throw her face and body into the danger area in front of the boots of Moores, who was oncoming.
Soldati's punt will bounce to the center stripe. Schlichting played it wide. Fournier. Tana's trying to run on to this. She and Turcotte arrive simultaneously, and it's a goal kick. First sub of the game, Amelia Lunt will enter for the Seawolves, the senior from Gardner, Maine. And Jordan Halsey, one of the captains, she'll be replaced.
A little bit surprising to see there, not quite 15 minutes in, but could be trying to rotate. It's a little bit smaller roster for the Seawolves to make use of. You want to make sure you're not going to find yourself in the final half hour or quarter of an hour with an exhausted team.
Leah Hill. Moores forces the throw-in. Mustang possession. Maya Royce, we talked to her pregame. If you missed that, you can scroll back and see it once this game's over with. Watch the entire replay. Definitely check out Katie Bluin's commentary on how things are going so far. She echoed a lot of what her coach Rob Rodriguez said in his pregame notes, that the results haven't been there, but there's been a lot of optimism and a lot of positives in the 5 games that the Mustangs have played so far. And here's a corner. First corner for Central Maine. Maya Royce setting up right-footed. Katie Bluin playing it back out that way. So Royce, that's wide of the mark, and a goal kick for the Seawolves. Trying to feed that in far post, and didn't get the delivery on it that she wanted. Leah Hill, the defender, setting up to take the goal kick. So we played 15 minutes here in Auburn. Fournier heads that down. Schlichting couldn't save it for the Seawolves.
Yeah, quarter of an hour gone. Rob, my assessment here is both these teams looking to play very similar. Same 3-5-2 formation against each other, so you know there's going to be opportunities to try to get unbalanced attacks against these back lines. And with both of them kind of playing very high up, a little bit compressed of a field, this could very well turn into a foot race of just trying to serve over the top and win a one-on-one running battle.
Like right now, perhaps. Emily Dillman, she's in through. Dillman shoots. Oh, a great save by Soldati. Cut down the angle, but Dillman still has the ball alive, and it's stole back by Katie Bluin. Bluin, tricky footwork. Into the area, the long delivery right at Soldati. Tremendous save to keep this game scoreless off Emily Dillman.
That's an outstanding stop. Nice job to cut down the angle, got her angle correct with making sure she wasn't too far over to either post. But you gotta love when a team illustrates my point for me, Rob, right on cue, and very nearly Dillman trotting through with that space.
Situation where if Dillman had gone left-footed, perhaps there might have been more space, but she made that split-second decision, and Soldati played it perfectly. Destiny Moores won't get to that one. Alert defense once again by Samantha Duffy. Playing in her hometown school. She's from South Portland. A good debate overall between the Mustangs and Seawolves as far as which school is the most beautiful campus, as both of them are just gorgeous. Got the ocean, the breakwater down there in South Portland. All the colors starting to fill in. We'll have more of that here at Auburn as the autumn progresses.
We'll be willing to admit that SMCC does occasionally have a nice sea breeze. That's something they got going for them. One of the few things you're willing to admit in the rivalry matchup between these two schools, which always adds a little extra edge to things.
Can Moores get the turn? She won't be able to again. It's Amaya Braley. Braley's made a few fine defensive plays here in the first 18 minutes. Gilmore. It's a battle of 11s over there with Ellie Schlichting. Pass a little too far for Caban. Now the Mustangs get it back anyway on the throw.
Well, despite both teams setting up with 5 midfielders, Rob, this has had the appearance of a game where you've got a gigantic hole right in the center of the pitch where you don't have a lot of bodies. There's not been a lot of possession and moving the ball around. It's almost been as soon as you get it back, trying to serve it down the flanks and try to work it to the front line. Both teams almost bypassing the middle entirely.
Ethan Wells trying to go over the top on that flank. The Mustangs they've attempted a few through balls, caught offside a couple of times. But someone's going to make that breakthrough. You can't really imagine this game ending scoreless the way it started in the first 18 minutes. Into minute 19 right now.
Dillman just couldn't get the left foot around that one to try to serve that upfield, and a set piece chance might be the next danger element for SMCC.
Yeah, it's the first corner for the Seawolves. Ellie Schlichting's going to take it. Trying the outswinging corner. She sets up right-footed. And a scrum as the ball lands in the area. Always makes the keeper a bit nervous. Sent right back in. That's deflected over the goal line, out for a goal kick. Isabel Tanis, who looks none the worse for wear but after taking that shot off the head. She's out there, and you never know.
Yeah, that was a scary moment. I was surprised at how quick she hopped back to her feet and was ready to get right back into it.
Like I said, tough kid. That'll bounce to Dillman. Dillman's attempt to send wide to Bluen ends up into touch. That deflects off Tanis and out of play. Maddie Turcotte with the throw for the Mustangs. They get to do it again right in front of the Seawolves bench. Lloyd Caban was in the middle of a great deal of traffic. Plenty of Seawolves there, but the throw does stay with Central Maine. Varney. Varney going to feed into the area. Again, defended well. That's Amaya Braley again. And Braley, a couple of deflections to deny entry into the box for the Mustangs. Pass a little too strong for Lunt. Audrey Dillman. Bluen's got a little space down there if she can scamper past Salazar. And Dillman was the intended recipient of that pass, but Soldati alertly off for a line. She had a little less distance to travel to pick up that ball.
Been impressed so far with the SMCC keeper. She's gotten her timing exactly right and made a couple of good reflex saves in close as well. So that's encouraging. Always gives you a confidence boost to your back line that they can afford to push and try to look for those passes going forward, knowing they've got a reliable keeper behind them.
Tanis has good speed. She was trying to play it into space and beat Maddie Turcotte. I think we're doing water breaks? Yeah, water breaks today with the heat being what it is. So we're halfway through the first half, and we'll take a water break and a break here as well. So when we come back, we'll get right back to action in the first half. Still scoreless in Auburn on Munzing Media.
Same thing as always.
Attack the front of the net.
Little things to make you what you want.
0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Sit right here.
Forensics has grown so much and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched Forensic Files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around, I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm in Intro to Criminal Justice and Criminal Law and Report Writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like what's important here, what do I need to look for like right off the bat. You never know what you're going to find.
Brief pause today with the temperature being 82 degrees. Water break here. Hydration at half of the first half, 23 minutes and 26 seconds left to go, so just shy of the halfway mark of this first stanza. And really, not much for chances so far. It's been a battle that's been, for the most part, mired in the midfield. However, there have been a lot of forays trying to probe into that front half or front third. Just when they've gotten the ball there, teams are repelled immediately. The one great scoring chance, Emily Dillman sent clear through, and a tremendous save from Grayson Soldati to keep this game scoreless.
And Moore's nearly through on goal as well before she was put off. A couple of times they've been caught offside just by a step or two, so there's certainly been perhaps a few more chances off to the right-hand side of our broadcast position than the other way around, but has the feel of a game that's delicately poised, Rob Kennedy, of just this could just take one very good pass to carve things open, and neither team can rest and feel like they've got a clear-cut advantage so far.
Talia Bradbury's in the game, number 19 for the Seawolves. Not sure who she replaced, however, because they subbed out of the water break. But she is on for the first time. And a throw in now for Tiana Salazar. And once she fires it into play, we'll start the clock again. Turcotte. That's knocked ahead. Maybe a chance now for the Mustangs to break. Varney played into the middle toward Lily Caban, and miscommunication with Moores turns the ball over. Mustangs had it back, lost it. Civiello, they're giving her some space. Tried to work that outside. It was intercepted. Cleared ahead to Moores.
Good job, Bella, big one.
Katie Bluen. Tillman's onside this time, and she's got a couple of steps. That's played wide. Moores. And again, Soldati, and it was Olivia Varney, number 15, not Dillman 5, who was behind the play. And Moores still down. That collision with Soldati, who came out and played that perfectly. Always brave goalkeeper when you go down low like that with a player bearing down. Hopefully, though, Destiny Moores is all right.
Yeah, smothered that shot point blank.
Moores is up.
That always usually means that you're going to end up with an ankle right underneath the goalkeeper, which can make an interesting fall. So good to see that she has gotten back to her feet, albeit a little bit gingerly.
She's clutching her stomach there for a bit, too, so it's possible she might have the wind knocked out of her on the landing. Either way, again, those collisions are risky for the goalkeeper being down low and very vulnerable sliding in like that with ankles and knees right there. Of course, for the attacking player Moores, once you make contact, you're going to go flying, as she did. You never know about those landings.
No.
Schlichting. Schlichting starting today. She came off the bench to score twice against UMA. Luntz, a one-hopper in, no problem for Knowles. Both keepers very steady so far as how well they've handled the ball when it's come in on them. No bobbles, no miscues.
Sammy, you take it, Sammy.
Braley deferring. Duffy gave that away, but Soldati again seeing the ball rolling into the area, out to claim. Varney volleyed that ahead to Dillman. Emily Dillman wants options. Played out wide. Bradbury will let that one run. Throw in for the Mustangs. Couple of subs in. Elena Strickland, the base skater from Lowell, Mass, will check in, number 17 for the Mustangs. And Annabelle Fournier back in the game now for the Seawolves. Jordan Civiello comes off, as does Destiny Moores. That gets all the way through. No one there in white at first, and Leah Hills, the first one to it. That'll end up over the goal line for the second corner of the half for the Mustangs. Maya Royce with Olivia Varney coming over, and Varney is going to take this corner. She'll set up right-footed. Try to swing that again toward the keeper. Easily cleared by the Seawolves. Corners have not really been the forte for either of the two soccer teams here so far this season, men or women.
No, and just trying to get the flight of the ball correctly has been sometimes the biggest issue. After that point, you can try to work on getting the people in the right spots in the mixer, but you just need a little deeper, higher service to allow players to run onto it.
They've been trying to turn and shoot. It's cleared out of the area by Annabelle Fournier. Lunt. Here comes Schlichting. Schlichting met by Bianca Gilmore. Amelia Lunt again. Big collision over there. Ref says play on. And that's stopped. Elena Strickland. Crowd loved that move. That'll take a favorable spin for Katie Bluen. Bluen chased by Duffy. Bluen into the area. A little bit of a risky move there by Soldati to leave it up to her defenders. A foul called on Bluen. Worked out for her, though. Thought she'd be popping off the goal line again to pick that up. It's a free kick now to the Seawolves after the foul. Nice long kick by Hill. Too long, in fact, though, that time, as Fournier couldn't drive it down, but Fournier really hustling. She'll force Turcotte to make a difficult play, and it's right back to the Seawolves on the throw.
That back up the line very nicely, though, to gain a few extra yards and force that throw in a little bit deeper.
Stiana Salazar will take it. Bradbury. Shoulder to shoulder with Katie Bluen there. Bluen chopped down at the end of that play, wanted a call, didn't get it. That's stolen by Lily Caban. Amaya Braley. Braley almost showed too much of the ball there to Caban, but she does play it out wide. It'll be a Mustangs throw, though, I think it is.
Oh, and the linesman disagreeing on that side is going to overrule, but I think you had it and I had it correct, that pinballed back off the foot of Braley.
Referee on the field thought so as well. He was pointing in Central Maine's direction. The flag was up the other way, and really it's kind of moot because now it is a Mustangs throw. They got it back immediately.
Ball over the fence on the far side. That'll send athletic director Dave Gagne off to go hustle that down.
Worked ahead to Bluen. Nice one touch. He was stopped momentarily by Tanis. Played ahead now. It's Strickland. Strickland beaten by Duffy. He'll clear out wide. Good spot for a throw-in, though, for the Mustangs, right by the corner flag.
Might have got away with just the slightest of handballs there, did Strickland. So the soccer gods evening the balance within about 60 seconds of each other.
Funny the way that works. Usually does balance out.
Unless, of course, your team ends up on the losing end. Then you were horribly, horribly cheated the whole day.
Strickland taking the throw. She was a goalkeeper back in Massachusetts for 1 year at Innovation Academy Charter School. Then last year was one of the Hawks' top goal scorers. Talk about versatility on the field. We know that's something that Rob Rodriguez loves. And a foul called on Katie Bluen. Couldn't put the brakes on in time, and a free kick for the Seawolves.
I don't think she was attempting to apply the brakes there. That was get out of my way. I'm going to shoot, and A little too much contact there, but I like how hard-nosed she's played. One of the CMCC captains, they're hoping for her to try to set the tone offensively and make up some of that scoring gap that they lost from their top 2 scorers last season.
Mustangs steal it back. Strickland again. She's made an impact since coming on. Flags up. That'll blow the play dead as the Mustangs offside. As Lily Caban was the intended recipient of that through ball.
Pass just needed to be a little bit quicker for Caban, who did get a step and found a sliver of space from that left-hand side.
A little bit of hesitation, and that was what forced Caban to mistime her run. Leah Hill, the sophomore. She'll take the free kick for Southern Maine. Heather Nelson out to play that out of the air. Katie Bluen. Right along the right touchline. Bluen with a decent ball toward Caban. Caban finding an open Varney. Varney switches, shoots, and a nice low save from Soldati as that ball dropped quickly. Mustangs have had more chances in this contest. They've had the higher quality chances as well.
Through a half hour just looking for that final pass to be correct. That ball from Caban rolled over the foot, then just took an extra moment for Varney to have to get that under control, and by then the angle's a little bit lost. But it was a good job to cut that back and still hit it on her preferred right foot.
Jordan Condon back on the pitch. Isabel Tanis will come off. Lunt. Strickland played that out over the touchline. Another throw in for the Seawolves. Leah Hill's going to take this. Let's do it again. 32nd minute of the 90. Jordan Condon just back in the game. Her pass intercepted by Bluen. Bluen met immediately by Salazar, who reclaimed. That's a good ball. Schlichting. A battle of 11s with Bianca Gilmore. Mustangs clear it, but possession still with the Seawolves. Hill. No problem at all for Knowles in the long attempt. And Knowles has never lost to SMCC, 2-0, and of course, scored a goal. We mentioned in the pregame.
I believe that too. She has tucked away more than a few goals over the last couple of years playing in the wintertime for my men's league team. So I've certainly appreciated her offensive contributions up close and personal.
That's a nice turn by Caban and a save by Soldati. She's made a couple of big ones. And a great turn by the rookie Lily Caban to set herself up in the left foot.
And a well-struck left-footed effort too, curling toward the post. Don't always get great contact when you go with your weaker foot, but that was definitely headed for the upper corner if Soldati doesn't get a hand to it.
Jordan Hulsey back in for the Seawolves. And Madison Valentine coming in for the first time, the former Poland Regional High School Knight. Number 19 checking in for the Mustangs.
I did not see who's coming out for her.
We'll see right now. That'll be Lily Caban. Amelia Lunt coming off for the Seawolves. Corner dealt with easily by Fournier. There's a long shot, and Condon points up and watches it sail over the bar. Mustangs with the slight edge in possession, I would think. We don't have the official stats. Definitely an edge in shots.
I am going to make a pitch for getting some of those infrared reader tags so we can keep track of the heat maps and the possession a little bit easier. Maybe in the future that might be a little more advanced than we're set up for here right now.
Love to see that, though. That'd be fun to have those numbers. We can usually eyeball it pretty well, but to have it exact would be great.
I would give a wager as probably about 60-40 at this point with CMCC having a slight edge. What about you, Rob?
That's what I'd say, about 60-40. Not quite 2/3 or anything, but 60-40, sure. I always like to use the boxing analogy. I'd have this one even on points to this point. Despite a little more possession and a couple better chances for the Seawolves, it's been very even as the scoreboard shows. It's all a matter of who can cash in the opportunities. Mustangs have had more of those so far. When they have, Grayson Soldati, the keepers, been spot on.
Yeah, my favorite analogy or example to give when people talk about possession, sometimes over-emphasized in terms of its importance. Just look at that Champions League match, probably a decade now ago, between Barcelona and Celtic. Yep. Celtic, I think, had 7% of the ball, won 2-0 at the end of the day.
It's all cashing in the opportunities.
That's right.
I think they're still talking about that one in north side of the river in Glasgow.
I think if you were able to upset Messi and company in the CL, you'd be talking about that one for the next 100 years or so if you could.
That was a big deal. Don't think they made the group stages that year, but that's a big victory. Oh, excuse me, the knockout stages. They were in the group. Destiny Moore's back in. And Emily Dillman is going to get a rest. 35 minutes gone. Here in the 36th.
Good stint from her up top. We've talked about her a number of times. A couple of clear-cut chances. Has moved the ball around very well.
Much as we've seen her defensively, she didn't look out of place up there in front at all.
Not one bit. Good shift from her.
It bounces through toward Varney, and Varney with a nifty move puts that ahead. Flags down. Will be a chance here. Trying to round the keeper. Royce. Back toward goal and cleared off the line. Great awareness by Tiana Salazar.
Soldati did a great job to come out and force her to take the long way around so she couldn't just tee off on a shot. And by the time she got that back under control, way too narrow to go for goal herself. And as you said, well positioned to get rid of that danger in the box when the ball did come in.
Salazar's a veteran, junior on this team, played for that great Wyndham Eagles program, which is always around the regional finals, making deep runs into the Class A South postseason. Made a beeline for the goal line. That spun away from the defender, Condon. Popped high in the air. A lot of spin in that ball. Salazar getting reacquainted with Katie Bluen. Varney. Now up wide, and Soldati will pick it up and settle the Seawolves a bit. And reset for the ladies in blue.
Going to go ahead and tag that one as a mishit pass. Just a little bit too over-eager to get the ball back towards goal. That's one thing that CM could maybe make a change to at halftime, is look to possess in the center part a little bit more.
Here's another opportunity. And again, it's Salazar winning the physical battle with Maya Soroyes, but she did concede the corner. It's the 4th for the Mustangs.
But it is so inviting when you can knock a ball in for a one-on-one chance. It's hard to pass those up, and CM has had SM on its heels a little bit, living dangerously.
Olivia Varney taking the corner. She's got the single season and career scoring record at MCI. Over 100 goals for that Huskies program. Oh, just popped high as it bounced up on Moores. She had the chance inside the area of about 12 yards and just missed the frame.
Believe that ended up on her left foot there with a difficult bounce coming down, trying to volley that on the weaker foot. Never the recipe for the greatest of connections, but good on her for being willing to take that chance and meet the challenge head on.
Good velocity. She solidly hit the ball. Just put it high. Fournier. They'll play it long this time. Jordan Hulsey is on the run. And out comes the keeper, Emma Knowles, who backed up for a moment and said, nope, that's mine. And just outpaced Hulsey.
She did not appear the little elbow flare coming off the pink armband of the captain on her way past. A little stare down to her on the way by.
Hulsey's at it again. Bradbury, challenged by Turcotte. Bradbury slid into the area. Played out immediately by Heather Nelson. Nelson thought about perhaps letting that run, but she had a Seawolf right behind her.
On the line, on the line.
Ellie Schlichting was just hoping that ball came through.
Good.
Foul called against Varney as a free kick for Southern Maine.
AB, get in the mix.
Leah Hill's going to take the kick.
Hey, T.
And this has been much better from the Seawolves over the last 3 minutes or so after spending about 10 minutes stuck in their own end.
See if they can be rewarded with a goal here.
And this is the type of thing, a little over 5 minutes until halftime, that very much changes the direction of the game and changes how you approach the halftime break.
Hill taking her time setting up, wants to get this just right on the set piece. Across the frame of goal, too close to the keeper, to Knoll. She came out and punched it. And Halsey was in the way. She made contact, or the keeper made contact with her. They crashed into each other. She's all right popping up, the captain.
Yeah, you can't run into the goalkeeper like that.
Is that not a penalty kick? Is that a PK? You blew your whistle because it's foul.
Certainly a foul on Halsey there for running smack into her.
So no foul was called there at all. They'll drop the ball and it picked up. They stopped the game to make sure that Jordan Halsey was okay.
Good distance on that kick there, but nobody up for the flick on the attempt from Moores over the top.
And Moores was 1-on-3. If she flicked that on, it would have been difficult for her to catch up to it. Wanted a teammate, there wasn't one. Varney couldn't pull the trigger. That's out for a throw-in. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half, will we get a breakthrough here in the first? Strickland. Valentine. Oh, great challenge by Leah Hill. A little too much contact there.
That's borderline, though. That was a good challenge to come in on there. Looked like got the ball, but perhaps a little bit of the ankle in the process.
Looks like a good challenge to me, but again, the referee's about 9 feet away, so I really can't argue with him. He had a better look. But had there been no whistle, I wouldn't have heard a peep out of me. Schlichting playing that toward the touchline. Now throw in for the Mustangs. So Royce couldn't maintain possession, but rolls all the way through to Maddie Turcotte. Turcotte had to get rid of it as Halsey was bearing down on her. Bluen. Bluen has Bradbury right there, forcing the Mustangs back to the center circle. That's played into the area. Moores was heading out, the ball was heading in. Soldati, an easy keep. Under 3 to go, Jocelyn Civiello is going to check in the next chance the Seawolves have. Fresh from a 2-point or 3-point performance last time out against UMA, a goal and an assist.
Yeah, it is hard to change that hockey brain mindset,
it really is.
Of 2 points for a goal, 1 for the assist in soccer, though. I bet there are a lot of goal scorers at Dartmouth that would like to to see that change made.
Or anybody in professional hockey, especially one of those guys who are finishers. You know, they get more goals than assists. Here's a chance again. Livia Varney. Varney played wide in there. Comes Soldati again. She's been so alert and owning that area.
Once again, outstanding goalkeeping, but that is unselfish play to try to square that ball for Moores, knowing that it's probably a tighter angle than you like there, maybe 45 or so. Trying to hit that from the right side of the box.
44th minute. Great play by Halsey to step in front of Maddie Turcotte. Katie Bluen. That's a throw in for the Seawolves. And Caban in with Civiello.
Right side, right wing, right wing. Good job, Sarah.
Salazar making the throw. We have another opportunity before the break.
I did not catch who came in there for the Mustangs.
Caban popped in.
Caban, thank you.
Here's Civiello. She's got fresh legs, just coming off the bench after a rest. Bradbury.
Nothing. Good team.
That's a throw in for the Seawolves. That crossed the line and came back in.
Just a little too much spin up the line.
Hey, more. Hey, up further, right?
Salazar.
Keep going. I don't know where it went out. Right up there. Keep going. Yeah, T, take off now. Go ahead. Right up the line.
Bradbury. A little contact with Madison Valentine. That rolls out for a goal kick.
Well, I would say about 30 seconds or so and a goal kick, just get this to halftime. But we saw what that did last time in the second half of the men's soccer game versus Berkeley.
I was going to say, we have another Berkeley in it. Berkeley, if you aren't familiar with the men's game, the men scored, the Mustangs men scored a penalty kick with under a minute to go to level a game 1-1. Then off a goal kick right afterwards with under a minute to go. Played it down the field and scored a heartbreaker with under 20 seconds left.
An 11-second remaining winner. That's the type of stuff you dream about as a college soccer player.
A happy bus ride back to New Jersey for Berkeley. That's a very good team in Division I. And that'll do it on the first half. Nothing at all separating these two Pine Tree State rivals. The Central Maine Mustangs, the Southern Maine Seawolves. Goalless after 45. We'll take a break here on Munzing Media.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Actually, I bet Dave would know the answer.
Same thing as always.
That's the front of the net.
Those little things to make you what you are.
Zero, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Sit right here.
Since 1964, the mission of Central Maine Community College has been to serve the surrounding communities with an enriched and inclusive learning environment. The college takes pride in transforming students into employees through lifelong learning opportunities that expand career aspirations and improve current workplace skills. While the most evident changes have been made to the physical layout of the college, the real magic happens within the learning. Engaging in classroom conversations, collaborating in immersive hands-on projects in labs, and sharing through teamwork and academics and extracurricular activities provides students with opportunities to think critically, solve real-world problems, and become lifelong learners. At CMCC, students are surrounded by peers all working towards the same goal, with expert faculty who seek out innovative ways to make classes more than just a lecture, and staff who make student success their priority. Students are empowered to forge their own path towards graduation and beyond. Please join us in celebrating the 60th anniversary of Central Maine Community College and be part of our continued journey of growth and innovation.
And see how that system works. Back here at halftime, still scoreless in this women's soccer non-conference matchup between CMCC and SMCC. Conference game for the Yankee Small College Conference coming up later on the road next month between these two sides, but a very good test for both of them as they prepare to head into conference play for the Mustangs, and already one game in, a draw for the Seawolves. Now bring on our athletic director, Dave Gagne, to talk about what's going on around the 60th anniversary of Central Maine Community College. Dave, I know we unveiled today and started off a nice thing that we're going to do in the build-up over the next 30 days ahead of the Athletics Alumni Banquet at Poland Spring Resort on October 18th. 30 days, going through 60 athletes who have made a big impact and contribution to Mustangs athletics over maybe not the entirety of the last 60 years, but that's something we can talk about because you've been here as the man who has built this athletic program pretty much from scratch.
More so the last 33 years, 32 years that we recognize the athletes. Frankly, when I arrived in 1993, there weren't any records, and I'm not really sure what they had for teams. If they did, if they were probably more intramural than they were intercollegiate. But we're fortunate to have some really good athletes to recognize. It's our 60th birthday at the college. And amongst a lot of events we have going on, we wanted to bring in a 60 for 60 campaign. We simply wanted to recognize those athletes whose contributions over the years have been significant, and athletes that I think laid the groundwork for the sports we have today. Without them, we would not be where we are today. And this is an opportunity to recognize them. Poland Spring Resort, October 18th. If folks want tickets, we can seat about 220 people, and my guess is we'll sell it out. We're also recognizing that night 4 Hall of Fame members. Sam Bellato, who's now Sam Wing. Joe Cormier, a soccer player from in the 99 season. Sean Spadea from the 96, 97, 97, 98 season. And the 4th one escapes me.
Oh gosh, God, trying to have me come up with that from I think a couple of weeks before I arrived. But let me do the quick Googling here.
Oh, Laura Sui Murphy, women's basketball player, who played here, I believe, in the mid-teens.
That's exactly right. See, I knew it would come to you, and that's not a problem with Laura Murphy being the 4th there. And Sean, of course, who was the first of the 60 unveiled today earlier this morning. I know that was kind of nice chatting with you about his accolades last night. And one of the guys that was the first to hit the All-American recognition for you and kind of helping you to some successful early seasons. Well, I think, 20 wins in 96, 97, if I'm not mistaken?
I think a few more than that, I think. That team was, we affectionately called that team the Glory Team. That was made up of Dean Boudreau and Jace LeClaire and Jace Klinsky and Sean Spadea and Danny Coleman and a few others that, ironically, they're all still best friends and they're all still around. They still support us. And the scary part is, and it really is scary, they're in the mid-40s. So if that you don't think doesn't make me feel a little older than the average guy, then I certainly do. But one of the things I admire about most of the kids that have come through here is they don't forget where they come from. And we have a lot of alums show up a lot to support our kids now, to talk with our athletes. A fair amount give money to support the program. And it's a good feeling when you send kids out in the workforce that are good contributors, and they affectionately talk about their school and what it did for them and the opportunities they had, and frankly just how meaningful it was for them. So, I forever am grateful for all those men and women. To me, they're always kids, but men and women over the years that have really stepped out to build this thing. So, and along the way, I don't forget all the coaches we've had. We have some really, really good coaches as well as today we got good coaches. So it's a team effort from the administration on down to the kids that go to the games. We got great support from our student body, and it's a testament to everything the college does and supports.
And, you talk about where this athletic program has come from to what we've sort of been joking a little bit about on the broadcast today, how busy it is nowadays for a school in the USCAA, the number of sports that Central Maine offers. We talked about it last week. We had 15 different events going on between all the teams. This week we've got men's ice hockey, their season opener coming up. Cross country's going on across the bridge over at Bates College. They'll be running in their meet. You've got golf hosting their invitational over at Fairlawn, not to mention the fact that volleyball on the road today, men's and women's soccer kicking it into high gear, baseball and softball playing fall ball, and a couple of weeks out, men's and women's basketball takes to the court as well. I know you guys are just getting practices officially underway.
September and October are probably the 2 busiest months of the year. And, it's, as you well know, you've learned real quick, it's 7 days a week. And you've got to keep up with it. But what's ironic is, 8, 10 years ago, it wasn't like this so much because technology wasn't there. Now we are the only college in the state of Maine that live streams all of our games, all our home games. Nobody else could claim that. And that's a point of pride for all of us. And frankly, we've got a professional broadcast that just is, I think, is second to none. 2 is the advent of social media has changed everything. If you're not on social media and your website's not up to date, you are behind. And frankly, it's important to us to keep those updated and to keep pushing our athletes out there. And I'm not sure how many schools can say in the state of Maine that they reach a worldwide audience through the broadcast. We track where our fans are watching from, and we draw a lot from Australia. It's not unusual to have 25 or 30 people from Australia watching our games at 2 o'clock in the morning live. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning there. So that has changed a lot of things. People always say, how do you get all these kids around the country and around the world? And frankly, the broadcast is a big piece of that, because people see us and they recognize the quality of what we do. And I must admit that the attraction first and foremost is probably the coaches. They're out there recruiting. And secondly, they buy the program. Third, they buy the school. And it's not a secret that a lot of kids come in to play sports. But frankly, the GPA of the athletes is higher than the normal student GPA. And the behavior is obviously very good as well. So athletics really works. It works when you do it right, and I like to think we do it right, and our administration recognizes we do it right. They support it as much as they possibly can. And hence, we just keep moving forward. What's next? Women's hockey's in now. So now we're going, okay, what's after women's hockey? And I have to be honest with you. I sit here today and I think to myself, okay, we've changed a game to an event. They're no longer games or events. There's a lot of things going on with it. And two is, how many more of these things can we do? I mean, it's pretty much you and I. And how many more can we do here?
I think maybe we need to find a rival to Paul Smith's bass fishing
you
team.
Think? Well, Rob was just talking about this afternoon. And Sunday we've got volleyball inside. We've got Paul Smith soccer, women and men outside, hockey at the arena, almost all at the same time.
That's right.
And we've got to live stream those. We're trying to sort all that out and just how we're going to pull it off. But I have, the public can be assured we will pull it off, and it will be quality. And it's just a testament to the opportunities that we have here to present our product, and I think that it just works for everybody.
Well, absolutely, and we can thank Munzing Media, Mr. Rob Munzing, for all the great work that he does for us. And Dave, thank you for stopping by here. Reminder: if you are interested in attending the Athletic Alumni Banquet on October 18th over at Poland Spring Resort, probably best way is to give you a call or an email to make sure that we still have a few tickets available and
you got it.
Book your spot there.
Perfect.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We've got about 5 minutes remaining here at the halftime break. Still scoreless. Women's soccer, CMCC, and rival SMCC battle it out in the second set of 45 minutes. Coming up next.
Since 1964, the mission of Central Maine Community College has been to serve the surrounding communities with an enriched and inclusive learning environment. The college takes pride in transforming students into employees through lifelong learning opportunities that expand career aspirations and improve current workplace skills. While the most evident changes have been made to the physical layout of the college, the real magic happens within the learning. Engaging in classroom conversations, collaborating in immersive hands-on projects in labs, and sharing through teamwork and academics and extracurricular activities provide students with opportunities to think critically, solve real-world problems, and become lifelong learners. At CMCC, students are surrounded by peers all working towards the same goal, with expert faculty who seek out innovative ways to make classes more than just a lecture, and staff who make student success their priority. Students are empowered to forge their own path towards graduation and beyond. Please join us in celebrating the 60th anniversary of Central Maine Community College and be part of our continued journey of growth and innovation.
I'm retired United States Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, formerly of the 82nd Airborne Division. In 2012, I was injured in Afghanistan due to a roadside bomb. It took portions of both arms and both legs, and through Walter Reed and 19 months of intense recovery, I was able to build myself back up, learn how to walk again, drive again, and take care of my young family. Since then, I have decided to be on the road speaking as a motivational speaker.
Life is all about perspective, all right? So for me, it's real easy. I gave a lot, but I didn't give everything. When I think about my situation, I'm lucky to be here.
When I was on the road speaking, I was hired by CBU Benefits. Ray Valley and Brian Heath brought me in to speak at one of their forums.
After hearing Travis's story, I was compelled to move forward with our relationship. We specialize in reaching out to employees and employers, explaining to them the value of supplemental health coverage. Accidents, cancer, critical illness, disability, and sometimes even death are events that happened in our lifetime.
You ready to come back, gentlemen?
Another water break coming up in the second half? Yes. Okay.
Forensics has grown so much and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched forensic files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around, I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm an intro to criminal justice and criminal law report writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like what's important here, what do I need to look for like right off the bat. You never know what you're going to find.
Here we go.
Untangle my microphone cord here as we get set to start the second half. Rob Kennedy with Caleb Lamb, Rob Munzing doing our production today. Chris Needaway is on our camera. We're looking for our opening goal here in Auburn. Not much between these two teams in the first half. Couple of chances for the Mustangs. Seawolves had a couple attempts as well. Now really nobody overall came awfully close to scoring. The Mustangs had a couple of plays in through on the keeper. When they did, Grayson Soldati, though, was there to make tremendous saves.
Yeah, certainly made the difference there in that first set of 45 minutes. Didn't put a foot or a hand wrong, and that was enough to keep her team even at the break. They'll look for more of the same and hopefully a little less pressure coming her way here in the half number two.
Half number two will start with the Seawolves in possession. They'll be attacking the second half from left to right in the road darks. Emma Knowles heading back between the sticks down to our right. The Mustangs and the home whites with the red. They'll attack from right to left. Grayson Soldati back heading down toward her goal down to our left. Soldati and Aubrey Gilbert have split plenty of time so far on the season, but Soldati looks like she'll be going the distance today. Coach Ethan Wells preferring the experienced junior over the impressive rookie.
And I will say already, Rob, that this looks like a back four to begin the second half for SMCC, trying to cut down on a few of those chances coming over the top. This might be a traditional, or I should say, looking more like a 4-5-1.
That's what it is.
For them.
Yeah, it's a 4-5-1, and I'm not surprised to see Ethan Wells move another defender back there, given the opportunities that the Mustangs had. You had to think, despite how strongly the Soldati has played, that eventually they get more of those chances. One's going to find the back of the net. Played down that touch line. Kiana Salazar plays it out. Mustangs take the throw in quickly. Emily Tillman. A chance for the Mustangs to throw in from that far touch line. Mustangs led the Seawolves in corners, 4-1 in the first half. Possession we estimated around 60-40 in the home side's favor.
Ellie, help Leah. Leah, help Leah. I know, float Leah.
This time the Seawolves defense holds and they win the throw in themselves. Salazar made the play and she'll regain possession for the Southern Maine Seawolves. Caban. Now the throw in this time for the Mustangs.
Good, Bella. Get behind her, Bella. Bella, get behind her. Oh, never mind. She's not anymore, Bella.
Dillman turned. Squared towards Soroyce. I want to play that back to Caban. Madison Valentine tried a probing ball, but it wouldn't get through. Now a chance for the Seawolves to counter a little bit. That's broken up and hoofed ahead by Bianca Gilmore. Now a chance maybe to play this through. Flag is down. Moore's onside. Into the area. It's a goal! Well, the 4 defenders didn't make any difference. Destiny Moores scoring her 3rd goal was all by herself, and nothing Soldati could do about that. A tremendous finish from the rookie from Hamden, Maine.
Outstanding job there. Finally got that one to come through the gap and give her a chance to go one-on-one with the keeper without having to worry about her coming up and taking away her space. And an excellent job there to finish it off by just curling it around or into the bottom corner.
So Destiny Moores had a brace on September 7th against Northern Vermont Johnson, her 1st goal since, and it's a big one, opening the scoring early here in the 2nd half.
I did not catch. Who was that slotted that pass through? Was that Caban?
It was Caban, I think, yes.
Good.
So give her another helper, as she's been turning provider for a couple of those goals, I believe, as well as a few onto the foot of Olivia Varney.
That's her 3rd assist of the season. She had a 3-game point streak that was snapped against Husson on Saturday. Wants to build a new one, but here come the Seawolves. To the edge of the area, Civiello. Oh, a strong tackle at the back, and once again, that was a tremendous defensive play. It was Valentine who made it. Nice back heel, and that frees up Soroyce a little bit. Here she comes with Leah Hill pursuing. Moores stopped outside the area. Well played by Amaya Braley. That's Audrey Dillman. She'll pound that over to the touchline, and it's a throw in for the Seawolves.
Man, on the top. Good, keep going.
Ellie Schlichting. She's drawn a lot of attention from Bianca Gilmore.
Ellie, take off. Here we go. Ellie, stay on top.
Fournier. Schlichting's open. If they can find her, and again, extremely well defended. This time, that was Audrey Dillman.
Great job, AB.
Resolute defending by the Mustangs. Caban trying to spring Moores free again. This time there's some defensive support. Played across the 18 and pounded away. Rayleigh coming over to clear the ball out of danger, but it is a Mustangs throw, and Central Maine with all the momentum right now. Foul called on Leah Hill, a free kick as she made contact with Moores. Moores will take this kick. Doesn't have a ton of targets up there. Just 4 for the Mustangs outside the area. That ball goes all the way through, but not out of the area. Rolled toward the goal. No problem at all for Soldati. That was Katie Bluen with the opportunity. Bluen with 4 goals. That was a great play to pick that out of the air from Gilmore. I'm impressed by the way she's played today. Caban. That's not getting through. Booted out of there by Samantha Duffy. That deflects off Annabelle Fournier. Southern Maine trying to go long. Madison Turcotte is there in front of Civiello. Civiello makes a nice play, though, and that sends Turcotte back.
Keep her there.
Turcotte, no choice but to concede the throw. And these two teams on the men's side meeting tomorrow afternoon, I should say, at 4 p.m.
AB and Bella switch.
Those two teams both ranked in the top 10 nationally.
Ought to be a good game. And
Seawolves
part of this whole rivalry week that we've had going on with softball, now women's and men's soccer, and baseball just the other day.
And focusing more on the women's game, of course, that's today. I think the Seawolves number 5 and the Mustangs tied for 2nd in the national rankings. A great contest it's going to be tomorrow afternoon. This one's outstanding as well. That's headed high. And we have a whistle and a stoppage and a penalty.
Contact to the head there from Knowles, and that's going to be a chance to even it up from the spot.
It was Ellie Schlichting who was in all by herself. Knowles came charging out. Looks like she's okay, and she's won the penalty for the Seawolves. And a chance to tie it from the spot. Schlichting's going to take a break, and Amelia Luntz will replace her. Here comes Annabelle Fournier. She has goals in 3 out of the 4 games that the Seawolves have played and is trying to make it 4 out of 5 from the spot. Fournier's having to wait. Knowles taking her time. A pivotal crossroads early in the second half after the Mustangs just took the lead in the 48th minute. Here we are on the 52nd, just 4 minutes later. Fournier, it's over the bar and it stays 1-0. Got too much air under that. You wonder if maybe Emma Knowles, the All-American keeper, might have been in Fournier's head a little bit. We'll see it again. When you know you're facing a keeper as good as Knowles, you really try to make that perfect shot, and wanted to pick the upper left corner. Didn't miss by a ton, but it missed high.
Just not able to get solid connection on there. You can see what she's trying to do, wanting to go over the top, expecting the goalkeeper, as they usually will, to dive low to either side, and you want to put it above their hands. But when you get too much air under it like that, it feels disastrous when you have a gilt-edged chance to try to tie things up.
Opportunities have not been plentiful for either team, so Mustangs have cashed in one. The Seawolves have left one begging. Headed toward Emily Dillman, intercepted on the way there by Duffy. Flag is up. An offside, I believe, is being called. There it is. Yep. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't a foul that was called. But offside is the infraction, and a free kick for Annabelle Fournier and the Seawolves. It'll be Leah Hill who steps up to take instead. Salazar walked away. Good distance on that boot from Hill. Civiello lost that physical battle with Dillman. They both collided. And Civiello slow to get up. Referee hasn't stopped the clock yet. Now he will. Civiello needs a little attention. Destiny Moore is opening the scoring after being set up in space by her fellow first year, Lily Caban. That was in the 48th minute. A penalty kick miss. 4 minutes later, kept it 1-0. There's the men's soccer game tomorrow as we see all of the matches coming up. 4 p.m. on Thursday, tomorrow afternoon. And that could be a very, very fun contest. Yeah, we'll see some goals in that game.
Yeah, it would stand to reason, especially with just how it has not mattered over recent years, how good either team is or the records are coming in. Just because of the fact that it's a rivalry game, there's more often than not a good number of goals for either side.
Talia Bradbury in. She'll take Civiello's spot. She'll move out to that right or left flank, excuse me. And Jordan Halsey is moving up front where Civiello was. She's walking off under her own power. Hopefully just needs to shake it off for a little bit and get right back into the fray. It's a throw in for Central Maine. Madison Turcotte's got the ball by her hip on the far side, and she'll get us back underway. It's booted ahead, no one there in whites. Ends up out into touch anyway. A throw in for the Seawolves. Fournier. Lost some footing. It's played ahead toward Jordan Halsey. We have a whistle and a stoppage. And another Seawolves player is down on that far side. This time we'll bring the trainer on. think that's Annabelle Fournier over there. I'm just seeing the orange boots that she's wearing.
I believe for the second time, yes.
Can't quite see the number. I didn't see who she collided with either.
No, it looked like as she was turning might have gotten some contact, but certainly dropping very quickly here early on in the second half for the Seawolves, who, as we've talked about, don't have the largest of benches.
16 players. Has field players on the Seawolves team on their roster. 2 keepers, Will Soldati and Aubrey Gilbert. We'll see what this forces Coach Ethan Wells to do. He's already lost Civiello, who came off. She looks like she's okay over there. Just hopefully did have just a knock she needed some time to shake off. And she's up, rubbing her shoulder a bit, but she looks like she's ready to get back in. Hopefully that is the case.
This looks more like a knock around the ankle, which those can be a little more troublesome just with how much your feet take a pounding going up and down on these turf fields, trying to cover all the distance. And Coach Ethan Wells is going to venture over, and they're going to bring the cart over as well to see if she can get some assistance coming off.
That is the sophomore, Annabelle Fournier. She's had a tough few minutes. Fournier with 5 goals. Second on the team, third on the team, excuse me, as far as career goals playing in this contest today. Amelia Lunt has 7. And Jordan Civiello with 6 goals. Fournier right behind them with 5.
This might not be a bad idea. Let her have a seat in the cart there and bring her over.
Yeah, that's what they're going to
do.
do.
Keep the weight off of it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Looking at the ankle or knee, couldn't tell which one, but it's a leg. They will take Annabelle Fournier across the turf and get her looked at right behind us in the trainer's table. Now, 9 minutes gone here in the second half, 54th minute. It's been quite eventful so far.
Absolutely.
A couple injuries, the opening goal, and a missed penalty, all in the first 9 minutes. Ethan Wells rearranging his team on the fly. Not a change he wanted to make here, that's for sure. Forced into it with the injury to Fournier. Halsey's moved up front, and Amelia Lunt there as well, and she'll get us back underway. That bounces through towards Sarah Bell. Bell number 8, just coming on. Bell took that away from Bianca Gilmore. Try to go back in her direction. Gilmore wins that tussle and wins the throw.
Good spirited scrap there in the corner.
Possession back to the Seawolves. Just outside the area, Condon. Not a bad effort, but right at Knowles, and she claims. Condon, the team captain, playing her 36th game, the junior for the Seawolves. 3 goals and 1 assist. She mostly plays a defensive role, but tried her luck from distance there. A throw in now for the Seawolves. Back near the center circle, popped high up by Duffy. Neither team maintaining possession. Now the Seawolves have it. They settle a little bit. Leah Hill trying to work that down. It was booted away by Gilmore. Caban. Again trying to set up Emily Dillman, who had to come back for the ball. Salazar. That's pounded ahead. And the flag is up for offside.
That's been up for a little while, back to that first pass that came through to Dillman, so it took about 15 seconds or so for it to be given.
Dillman took a look around and said, me? That's referee of the linesman's flag pointing directly at her.
If she thought it was on the second pass, she would have been very confused with about 2 Seawolves standing a good yard behind her, but nope, just needed the whistle to come a little bit after, making sure there was no advantage for the Seawolves to try to push up the field with it.
Olivia Varney's going to check in for the Mustangs. Next chance that Central Maine gets, she'll rein into the game. Right on the edge of the area now, and that did not get through to Sarah Bell, the rookie from Wyndham. Little space on this left touch line for Sir Royce. Bell is catching up. Sir Royce playing into space. It's a foot race. Moores got there first. Moores is in the area. And a foul called on the rookie for the Mustangs. Free kick to the Seawolves.
Yeah, the Central Maine bench isn't going to be happy with a little bit of a shirt grab on the left side of her, but I don't think it was enough for the referee to give a penalty in that situation. And body control foul as Morris just trying to hurricane spin her way through the 2 defenders into the box.
Yeah, she was out of control like in a basketball game. That would have been an easy charge, the player being out of control. But you're right, there was a shirt tug before that. But as you mentioned, a subtle one, and one that likely wouldn't have gotten the referee's attention. Valentine heads that to the midfield stripe. Heather Nelson. Katie Bluen on the right side. Emily Dillman into the area. Out comes Soldati and cut down the angle. A big save by the junior keeper. And another corner for the Mustangs. It's the first of the second half and 5th of the match.
Another attempt there for Dillman from the same side as in the first half. Same result. Soldati getting 2 strong hands beside it to push it away.
Michael. Yeah, T, pick somebody up. Or float at the top. Hey, T, float at the 6.
Here comes Varney. Katie Bluen to take the corner.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, she was going to, but now that Varney's in, she'll head over to take it. So Varney will go all the way across the pitch and set up the corner.
Now you got to go back in that half zone now for 11. Good. She's playing short. Go T. Good.
Line drive into the area, hoofed away by Duffy. Heather Nelson. Mustangs look to settle. There's Maddie Turcott. Caban. Salazar steals. Here's Halsey to work that outside. Good work with a left foot by Samantha Duffy to slow down the Mustangs, make sure that ball didn't bounce by her and set up an opportunity. Good news for the Seawolves as well. Jordan Civiello is going to come back in. Left a few moments ago after hitting the turf, but she's all right. Now an opportunity on the counter for the Seawolves. Here come the visitors, trying to level this game. Played out towards Sarah Bell. Bell into the area, and the shot just over the bar from Amelia Lunt, who turned and fired, and Civiello will re-enter.
Good attempt, good hit. Just a little bit too underneath it, like a golfer getting too much of the turf with the pitching wedge out. A little too much action as that spun over the bar, but a great setup, certainly.
In the end, no problem for Knowles, who could watch that drift over the crossbar. Misha Bergeron coming in for the second time, just made her debut as her second appearance for the Mustangs. Bergeron in for Maya Soroyce. New addition to the Mustangs roster.
Yeah, Rob Rodriguez was very impressed with what he saw from her in an open tryout and made the rare decision from the women's team perspective to make a post orientation week addition to the roster. So goes to show how much trust he has in Bergeron as a newcomer to the team.
Varney played that ahead. Emily Dillman on the ball into the area. Dillman shoots, and it's wide near post. Well, the chances are coming if the Mustangs can kind of refine their finishing as the year goes on. They're going to be one dangerous offensive team.
Yeah, Emily Dillman is laying siege to the goal at the moment, just cannot find a way to force it in.
And she's had to switch gears a little bit, too, playing so long out there on defense to all of a sudden move up and be an attacking forward. Not an easy transition to make.
That is a bit different tactic with the ball when you go from anywhere will do, let me just hoof this out of the danger area, to let me aim this to the right spot and still generate enough power behind it.
Precision will likely come with experience and reps. Gilmore, sky high. Now working ahead, Tanis. Tanis into the area, tried to square that toward Amelia Lunt, but she was marked by two Mustangs. A throw in for the Mustangs. Bergeron winning the ball and winning the throw.
It's been great hustle from the SMCC captain as Jordan Halsey has been absolutely everywhere, being willing to lay the body and also put in the 50-50 challenges, and has done quite a bit to keep winning position back for her side, but she looked like she might be in need of a break here with the next sub coming in.
The next sub coming in is going to be Ellie Schlichting. She'll re-enter the game. But Moores is through. Won't get the shot away. It was touched from behind by Amaya Braley. I think she got the toe on that to knock it away and foil the chance.
Yeah, second time that she's been able to intervene and prevent a goal. That time looked like she trod. In fact, she did trot on the back of Moore's heel, has knocked the right boot from her foot. But a great job there to just divert that ball off target enough and prevent her from having the shooting chance.
Sixth corner for the Mustangs. Varney will take it again. Decent delivery, ends up by the 18, Caban. Just outpacing Bradbury. Now Bradbury wins possession right back. Caban staying with it. Katie Bluen surrounded by Seawolves. Bradbury starting the attack. Almost dispossessed, was dispossessed by Caban. Dillman trying to work her way free, and the left-footed shot scuffed wide. Schlichting returning to the game. She is a dangerous goal scorer and could level this game if she gets the opportunity. Jordan Halsey, the captain, replaced.
I was going to say, for Dillman, unfortunately, the more chances she gets, the further away from the net they seem to be going, with the last couple just off target, but had a good opportunity with the left foot, just scuffed and dragged it wide. But if she continues to create chances and get in the right area of the field, you feel like she'll eventually put one of these away.
It's going to happen for her. Maybe not today. Perhaps in the next 25 minutes. Goal kick for the Seawolves. Soldati, the keeper, has been deferring on those to Leah Hill. And Hill's been able to launch them. Sophomore from Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Another good distance on that kick, especially when it was touched ahead, but right to Heather Nelson of the Mustangs. Spinning ball played down by Caban. Varney. Stolen away by Jordan Condon. Condon got the foot in there and made the clean theft. Schlichting. Schlichting had it deflected by Alicia Bergeron. It stays with the Seawolves at the throw, however. Mustangs trying for their first win. They got out in front with Destiny Moores scoring in the 48th minute, assisted by Lily Caban. Here's Caban now trying to work that out wide back to Civiello. Jordan Condon. Schlichting on the right flank. Pressured by Bergeron, who's been a real pest out there since coming on. Throw in for the Seawolves. Leah Hill up to take it as the lights popping on here. 67th minute of the 90. Just the one goal so far. Bradbury in the edge of the area shoots. Was able to turn and fire, but hooked it wide. The Seawolves putting a bit more pressure on here in the second half, though.
And just too much rotation on that one, and that will get us to the halfway point here of this second half, and another quick break for some hydration.
And we'll take a break as well. The one goal, Destiny Moores in the 48th minute. That's it so far. The Mustangs on top of the Seawolves 1-0 here in Munzing Media.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
(1-0) in the 67th minute of our 90 here today in Auburn. Great day for soccer. The sun's dropped behind some clouds and lights on now here on the turf in Auburn, but still a glorious night for soccer. It was 81 when we started the matchup. It's dropped down to 78 now with a bit more of a breeze. It's been comfortable, I think, for the players, more so than it was this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some absolutely glorious late September or mid-September, let's call it, weather before the calendar officially switches to fall, but it has been feeling more like maybe early June or early July instead of just about to be hitting the fall spooky season.
And more coming, too, because it's going to just drop down to the 70s for the next few days. I think the Sunday games this weekend, the doubleheader with Paul Smith's coming to town, is going to be a tremendous day, sunny and just around 70, the recent forecast says. Of course, it's Maine. You can't get overly invested in a long-range forecast, but just the way the trend's gone, it doesn't seem like there's much rain on the horizon at all, and I'll knock on some wood if I can find some when I say that.
I like that way of putting it. This is, yeah, I love all the old sayings. Of course, they seem to apply nowadays to everywhere in the United States, that the weather changes so frequently, but it has been absolutely outstanding. You could not ask for better fall sports weather, and hopefully that will continue here until mid-October for us.
Schlichting wins the corner for the Seawolves. They're first here in the second half.
There's a reason why fall softball and baseball are usually better enjoyed than when you get into the traditional spring season here in New England.
April is not a fun month here weather-wise. You just never know. It's played back to Leah Hill. Hill's got a strong leg. Going to serve something up. And that's a decent ball all the way across, but Talia Bradbury was well marked, and it's a goal kick.
Close to her, close to her.
I knew when Hill was coming up what the plan was going to be. Just use that strength of that right foot to make the long entry into the area and hope there's someone on the other end, and Bradbury was close. Gabby Sassy will come in for the first time, the sophomore from Windsor, Maine. Erskine Academy grad, and she'll play up front for Emily Dillman, who's coming out for the first time.
Cutting a little bit of the frustrated figure coming off, knowing she's had so many chances, but we'll get a chance to take a breather and reset.
Bradbury tried to stab that out of the air. It ends up with Moores. Moores has moved back to attacking mid on that right side. Nope, scratch that. She's up front. Misread the number across the field. Strickland over there, perhaps. Look at the binoculars out. Take a look. Mustangs back on the ball again. Spinning ball that is bouncing right toward the stepping up Bianca Gilmore. But now the long ball through. And on the run, trying to play that out wide. One choice for Heather Nelson, and she made the right call.
Good direction there from Emma Knowles in net, just letting her know how much time and space or lack thereof she had and where to clear that ball off to.
Marissa Hill checking in for the first time. Hill not sure, first SMCC assist back on September 7th against Community College of Rhode Island, playing in her 5th game, the rookie from Portland. Number 26 in blue. And Talia Bradbury, who's had a strong second half, is the player replaced. She'll head to Ethan Wells' bench. Salazar on the throw for Southern Maine. They'll got to do it again as that's played out into touch. Salazar again doing the honors. Third verse, same as the first. Ricochets off Civiello. That's out for a goal kick. About to wrap up the 70th minute of the 90. The goal back in the 48th, Destiny Moores scoring her 3rd goal this season.
Go ahead, Marissa. Go ahead, Marissa.
Played right back into the area. Worked out wide to Varney. Has some space on the near side for Bergeron. Bergeron blazing up the pitch. Moores. Gonna play that all the way out wide. Condon cleared it out. Varney again worked that forward. Sassy. Back to Varney. It's loose in front, but the flag is up, and wouldn't you know it, Soldati coming out to make the save anyway. She has had a very strong game, the junior keeper.
Great stop with the legs as well to deny Moores from point-blank range. Won't count on the stats, but certainly a good confidence-building save as well.
He has been very good in this contest, giving up the lone goal to Destiny Moores, and that was one where Moores was clean through.
Well, the last time when Moores got on the score sheet for her first collegiate tally, the second followed her right along in the same game. She's trying to keep that trend going of only scoring in multi-goal contests.
Did that on September 7th against Northern Vermont Johnson. Jordan Hulsey, the captain, back in, replacing Jordan Condon, the other captain. Hill taking the throw. Gilmore pops it ahead, but it's played by Tanis. Tanis. Condon, or Hulsey, excuse me. Tanis again. Gilmore heads that high, but right back to Tanis. Bergeron played it down the field with a high kick, but did so in a way that wasn't dangerous, so play continued. That's a decent ball.
Excellent ball served into the mixer. Just took an extra split second for Marissa Hill to track down where that was going to land, but that was a superb delivery from just in front of the halfway line.
By the time she did pick it up, the ever alert Emma Knowles was out to play it.
Yeah, Knowles hasn't had to do a lot today. Has made a couple of fine reads coming out to smother some things. Made that mistake when she was too late arriving on the scene, and the contact to the head of Ellie Schlichting forced the penalty kick, but got away with that. And since then, has not really been threatened. Haven't been anything on target for her to get hands to.
A relatively quiet second half for her, you're right. Mustangs defense would like to keep it that way.
I don't think they'll complain that much after the last outing, with 6 getting past them against Husson for a difficult double-header in the early part of the season with the Eagles, who are one of the favorites in the NAC. But that's what Rob Rodriguez likes, is challenging his team, going up against so many of these D3s and kind of giving them the early season difficult test to see what they're made of, test their mettle, and then it almost makes the YSCC conference schedule seem like a cakewalk. And hopefully they'll find that to be the case as they try to find another trip to nationals.
Audrey Dillman escaping the challenge from Tanis. Here's Caban, who set up the first goal, deflected wide to Moores again. Moores challenging the edge of the area. The referee thought about blowing the whistle, but the shot over the crossbar and the follow-through, and it's a goal kick.
And I think based on what we've seen out of SMCC in today's non-conference matchup, that when these two teams meet again in YSCC play down in South Portland next month, there are no easy outs when it comes to a battle in the Yankee Small College Conference.
That'll be a fun one to watch, too, whether you attend that, make the trip down in person, or watch the Seawolves feed.
On the YSCC Sports Network with the also excellent Jeff Schools. I said also excellent Rob Munzing. I don't want to take anything away
Jeff
from him.
and I are old buddies from way back.
They go way back with Jeff Schools.
Be able to catch that one down at the Wainwright Sports Complex.
I worked with Jeff at several different places over the last decade or so. Maine Sports Network, WCSH, and he's putting all the broadcasts together down there by the breakwater. Battle of 11, Schlichting is shielded off by Gilmore.
Yeah, that is a tough last name to say. Too many C's, H's, and L's in the mix there, but she bounced off that challenge of getting the ball smacked right in her gut with no problem, and here she is back at it.
Well, if you're an announcer, you better learn to say Schlichting when these teams are playing, when Southern Maine's on the pitch, because she's scored a couple of goals on the year and has looked dangerous. Audrey Dillman. It's a throw-in for the Mustangs. 76 minutes.
Hill did a good job closing down, but you've got to be alert like Halsey is here to make sure you don't make it too easy for them to get out on the throw-ins.
Worked out wide. Bergeron advancing, crossing the midfield stripe. Made that too easy for Leah Hill.
Yeah, just had so much space there in front of her. You've got to be comfortable to take that forward.
Sassy ahead. It's Moores working in and couldn't get the shot away. And once again, Amaya Braley over to deflect and diffuse a scoring opportunity for the Mustangs.
Just spun wide off her right toe as that second touch too far out in front of her. Moores having to stretch to get contact. And that second goal, the insurance tally just will not come, leaving this result still in doubt and in the balance as we are into the final quarter of an hour.
Door still cracked open for the Seawolves. Good challenge by Civiello. She won the ball, but it's right back with the Mustangs again. Varney. Again, trying to play that through and did so. It's a foot race. And that's a throw in now. The Seawolves thought they had it. So did I, in fact.
And I believe it's been overturned now.
It was. Varney will take the throw for the Mustangs.
Varney's been very much a do-everything type of player here. The first year from Pittsfield, it's been extremely impressive. I know I had to, oh, excuse me, Rob.
Sorry about that.
I had to check with head coach Rob Rodriguez when he listed. I said, really? So she is a potential forward midfielder and defender for you? He said, absolutely. She'll do it all.
Bergeron called for the foul, a free kick for the Seawolves. Time starting to be a factor for Southern Maine, but just one goal to equalize. How many opportunities will the visitors get? They had the opportunity to equalize on a penalty kick in the 52nd minute. It was shot over the bar. Varney. Varney trying to take on all the defenders herself. And a foul called here against Varney. Salazar winning the challenge and winning a free kick.
Varney, who of course comes from very good soccer lineage. Her parents, Scott and Rochelle Varney, both of them playing college soccer up at Husson and Maine Maritime Academy, respectively.
Bella, get Bella, good.
Tanis. Moved inside. No way through Audrey Dillman. That spun and bounced over Halsey's head. And a great play by Braley to play that out into touch, too, because she was the last line of defense with Destiny Moores right there.
Well, CM's not going to be in any hurry to get forward and take these, but it just feels like you're still too far out from this point in the game with over 10 minutes left to try to knock the ball around in the middle. You still got to keep pressing for that second goal. That flick-on header, not exactly what was required.
Sassy put that wide, a goal kick as Jordan Condon got a rest. She's back in. Marissa Hill, some quality minutes. She'll step off.
High and wide press.
And really, Rob, very much like the CM men's team, this women's team seems, especially today, to be better in possession, better on the ball when they're pushing forward on the attack. They're not necessarily set up to try to just knock the ball around in their own half.
Schlichting. Played back to the arriving Halsey. Halsey dispossessed, a very strong challenge. Halsey right back into it with Caban. Caban couldn't quite get there, beaten to it by Hill. Jordan Condon wants to find Schlichting. And she'll run out of space by the looks of things, and indeed it is a goal kick.
Halsey continuing to do such great work. You can see why she needs the rest, though, intermittently in the half. Just plays full throttle 100% of the time. That is an easy way to empty the gas tank quickly, but you need a player like that to just cause havoc and wreak havoc on the opposing team when they're trying to pass the ball through the center part of the pitch.
Into the 81st minute of the 90. Still just the one goal. Destiny Moores in the 48th, just after the restart. Civiello. Go wide again toward Luntz. Amelia Luntz into the area. Was stood up there, and a great challenge from Nelson. And a throw in for the Seawolves.
Let's use Jocelyn's head as a target. Stay nice and close, Bella.
Condon trying to go across the face of goal. It's into the side netting for a goal kick, and that'll get Maya Sorois back onto the pitch. Destiny Moores coming off. Mustangs trying to work it up the right side. Played ahead. Duffy's the first one there, however. Seawolves back in possession. Condon heading toward the midfield stripe, crossing it. Played that ahead. And again, Dillman there to stop the Seawolves in their tracks. Here's a race now. Lily Caban has arrested Katie Bluen going to goal. Bluen out muscled there, shoulder to shoulder with Amaya Braley. Varney ahead. Sorois. Want to go across toward Gabby Sassy, didn't reach her. Rolls in on goal for Soldati. 83rd minutes. Will the one goal be enough? Will there be an equalizer? Gilmore lets that play into touch, knowing the throw-in was for her and the Mustangs. Audrey Dillman. Possession gifted away, though, to Tanis. Tanis trying to switch to the left foot. Being bulldogged out there. Hill has come up in support. Hill. Line drive across the area. Dealt with by the Mustangs. Turcotte. Played ahead. That'll kill some seconds. It will be a throw-in, though, for the Seawolves. Lunt. Civiello. Jordan Condon in space. That's stopped at the edge of the area by Gilmore. Just stuck out the right leg and stabbed it. That would have been a dangerous chance had that ball gotten through.
Just about got into the area there. Oh my, by the skin of the teeth.
A strong defensive play by the sophomore Samantha Duffy there in the back line. Lewin. Hill. Schlichting's in space. Bergeron giving chase. That's headed. Stays in on that far side, at least for now. Amelia Lunt. Lunt and Turcotte renewing acquaintances. 85th minute now. A little miscommunication in the area. That got through to Schlichting, but it bounced away. It's a goal kick for the Mustangs.
Just couldn't quite wrap that right foot around it, but into the right area and certainly continuing to generate these opportunities. Every time you can get a ball served into the box is another chance to tie this score up, and CMCC starting to feel the pressure a little bit as SM pushes nearly everyone into their half of the field.
Get the feeling that the Seawolves will get one more really good chance at least. Question if they can do that and capitalize. Varney, another very nice play. Equaled by Duffy, who stole it right back. Lunt toward Condon. And there's Dillman defensively to boot that away and send the Seawolves to regroup. Hill rolling it ahead. Gilmore played it away. Varney trying to play that long toward Moores. Moores with good speed, but Hill confidently playing that ball with poise. Had to do so under pressure. Schlichting. And a throw in for the Seawolves. This time Rob Rodriguez not throwing the way that was called. Schlichting. Has some space out there. Gilmore clears it. Caban brave to get in front of that Hill blast. She knew it was coming. Katie Blewin. A lot of space outside, turned inside, tried to square it into traffic. Sassy wanted to keep that going. Salazar played that ahead with the Mustangs in possession again as we're about to go to the 87th minute. Hill. Badgered by Blewin. Hill turned away from her. Playing that ahead toward Schlichting. Once again, Gilmore's challenging her. And Gilmore will arrive first.
Boy, those two number 11s have basically had 8 or 9 50-yard dashes against each other, it feels like. Two number 11s constantly battling down the channels.
It's played out into touch. Trapped in the corner, Gilmore. It's a free kick for the Seawolves. Sorry, a throw-in for the Seawolves. Leah Hill up to take it. Time is getting short. Not many grains left in the hourglass for the Seawolves if they want to get something out of this match, which will not count in the Yankee Conference standings. It's a non-conference match. The conference game next month, the rematch in South Portland. Oh, that's a great play by Blewin. Katie Blewin can kill some more time. Sassy. Into space. And getting there first, rolling toward the goal, Olivia Varney. And put in. But the flag is up, and the goal will not count. Mustangs thought they had the put-away goal. They thought they had the dagger, but the flag up on the far side.
There we go. He hadn't signaled yet.
Soldati got up limping. There was some contact there as she went out to make that play. She has really given up her body today. Very brave goalkeeping by the junior from Portland.
And she is up a little bit hobbled there on her left leg.
Aubrey Gilbert might be heading back in. Yeah. So Gilbert will come in and take Soldati's spot.
We're changing you. No, come on.
Soldati doesn't want to come off, but she will.
That's tough with 2.5 minutes left. You want to see it through, but she's got to be feeling painful as she's only able to hobble off the field here.
Emma Koch coming in now.
Long before the shot was taken.
So it's a free kick for the Seawolves after the offside. Soldati coming out. She has been tremendous in this game.
It's been a fantastic day from the goalkeeper with how brave she's been. And a number of great stops to keep her team in with a shout.
If the Seawolves get the equalizer with her on the bench, she can take an unofficial assist. This game is tied. But just 2:15 left to go for the Seawolves to get that opportunity and cash in. Halsey switching to the left foot. It's all hands on deck defense right now for the Mustangs. The Seawolves will be throwing everyone forward in the last 120 seconds. Will the Mustangs defense hold, or will there be another chance? A twist in the tail here at the end of the story. Alicia Bergeron, great speed to challenge Leah Hill and win possession. Koch takes the shot, and Aubrey Gilbert with her first save. Gilbert, a rookie from Farmingdale, man. We saw her a lot in Munsing Media in high school. She played for the Halldale Bulldogs. This will roll in toward the keeper, and out comes Emma Knowles. She knew that she had company there. Knowles will take a little time. And that gets through. Anytime the ball is downfield, the Mustangs will be happy. It just takes seconds off the clock, and they'll love this, a throw-in over by their bench. The clock will stop with 55.5 seconds to go. Elena Strickland in. Gabby Sassy will come off. Productive 15 minutes for the sophomore from Windsor. Mustangs trying to see off the last 54 seconds. Aubrey Gilbert will be in a rush here. Has to wait for teammates to get forward, though, as she boots it. Tanis playing that down the flank. The ball looks like it might just have enough to get into touch, and it does. Throw in for the Mustangs. That'll kill more precious seconds. Central Maine in no particular hurry here. Here comes Samantha Duffy. Will there be one more opportunity? Duffy's going to have to hurry here. Halsey. Guarded by Caban. Caban forcing her wide with 10 seconds to go. Great work by the Mustangs defense and a smart play by Hill to try to play it into the area. And it bounces free. And on top of it, Emma Knowles. And that will be it. A little intrigue at the death, but Knowles there to smother it, and the Mustangs get their first victory of the season. 1-0 over Southern Maine, their arch rivals.
Wow, definitely a feisty final 2 minutes here for sure.
Mustangs controlled territorially. They had possession, but the Seawolves fighting back, and they had their chances in the second half. Just couldn't find that equalizer. The game ends 1-0. So the players will shake hands. We'll take a break and come back with the Edge Nutrition Player of the Game here in Auburn. We'll have that for you next on Munsing Media.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
I'm just going to let them go through the
of course, yeah.
here first.
Same thing as always.
That's the front of the net.
Little things to make you what you are.
Zero, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Sit right here.
has grown so much, and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched Forensic Files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around, I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm an intro to criminal justice and criminal law and report writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like what's important here, what do I need to look for like right off the bat. You never know what you're going to find.
I think that's decent.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. Since 1892. And it changes the game, 35-26. This has been a wacko affair.
I'll set you up, Caleb.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
This'll be victory here today for the Central Maine Mustangs, 1-0, and our Edge Nutrition player of the game is the goal scorer, the rookie from Hamden, Destiny Moore, scoring her third goal here this season, third career goal for the Mustangs. She is standing by with Caleb Lamb.
Thank you very much, Rob. Destiny, guys get the first victory of the season. It comes after a very long stretch of games against Division III schools, and always nice to get a win over the rival SMCC Seawolves. I know you're just getting initiated into the rivalry, but a little bit physical out there and a good battle for you guys today.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think we learned to come out strong, and we prepared well for it, and we played our best.
Lots of opportunities, some good through balls through that back line seemed to force the change for them to go more 4 at the back in the second half. It just seems like you guys were very comfortable on the front foot. It was almost easier to keep the ball when you were pressing for that second goal, and it seemed like you guys found your rhythm today.
Yeah, we've been working on that a lot for the past couple practices. Again, preparing like for the one touch into the goals and things like that, but you know, it's always good to come out strong and have a good win.
Now, we saw it last time when you found the back of the net and you picked up your first collegiate goal. The goals came in pairs. Seemed like there were a few more chances today. Nearly were able to put one in there, but it also has to feel equally as good knowing that you guys kept the clean sheet. You guys kept them out of the net for the first time this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, you know, some shots come and some shots don't, but we'll keep it going and hopefully more wins down the road for us.
Another tough test coming for you guys on the road. They'll be going up against UMaine Fort Kent. But, of course, the YSCC season not too far away when things start to count for real in the chase to try to go to the Nationals once again. Our Edge Nutrition player of the game, Destiny Morris. Destiny, thanks very much for your time. Rob, we'll send it back to you to wrap things up.
Thanks, Destiny. Thanks, Caleb. 1-0 the final score. Destiny Morris set up by Lily Caban in the 48th minute to finish the only goal of the game, the only time they could beat Grayson Soldati, and we'll see it right here. Just a little bit of space. Soldati came out, and not much daylight there for Moores to finish. You really can't fault Soldati for the way she played that ball. She was right there and almost able to make that save. And a finisher's goal by Destiny Moore, scoring her third goal in 5 games now with the Mustangs. 6 games I think she's played in for the Mustangs. Either way, a pretty decent scoring pace for the rookie. And the Mustangs take their first win, 1-4-1 on the season. Mentioned that trip up to Fort Kent. They're heading up there Friday. And a big game back here on Sunday at 11 a.m. Paul Smith's, one of the faves in the Yankee Conference. They'll be visiting here the first half of a women's-men's doubleheader. That'll be on Sunday afternoon right here, Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon right here in Auburn. So that'll do it for our broadcast today. The win for the Mustangs. I want to thank Caleb Lamb, color commentator today, Chris Needaway, who was on our camera, and Rob Munzing, of course, doing all of our production. My name is Rob Kennedy saying so long from Auburn. The Seawolves and the Mustangs finishes 1-0 Central Maine with the victory on Munzing Media.
Well done. There you go.
Yes. No, always good.
Paragraphs. I mean, you could tell he was a IB boy.
Oh, yeah. Taking your phone. What do you think you're doing?
All right. Well, I think looking at that, pretty much the same
I think just baseball practice.
So they're going to move the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave my paper. Exactly how it really good for them. This would be a good one if you want to send me the link to the box score.